What's up, you guys? Michael Hammond here. So with the social distancing, quarantining, everybody's having to train solo. You're not able to go with your usual training partners, your training groups, and even the people who usually train solo are finding this is a little bit tough. So in this video, I'm gonna show you 5 expert tips on how you can train solo like a champion. Let's do it. So tip number 1, I want you to think of all the positives. This is really gonna help frame a positive mindset for what ultimately is kind of a difficult time. You're away from your training partners, obviously all the other stuff going on in the world, but from a running perspective, this is a difficult time. Think of it in a positive way. You're gonna be able to prove your discipline, prove that you are truly motivated to do this yourself. At the end of this whole thing, if however many months or however long this goes, at the end of that, if you completed this huge training block and got your butt out of bed every day and did your training, that's gonna show a great discipline. That's gonna give you some really good confidence moving forward. And then also, you're gonna be able to really train how you wanna train, not how your training group wants to train. That's a huge benefit. Think of those positives, realize that this could be an opportunity for you. That's gonna help frame everything and make it a more positive experience for you moving forward. Tip number 2, stick to a schedule. So important. One of the biggest benefits of having a training group or even just one other training partner is the accountability. That's one of the biggest benefits. It's not just that you like the person or like training with the group, it's that they get your ass out the door. So get your own butt out the door, stick to a schedule. I don't just mean, okay, I'm gonna wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and then eventually go for a run. The problem with that, especially if you've got a more loose work schedule right now, a more flexible work from home situation, or if it's a weekend, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna wake up on time and then you're just gonna kind of laze about, drink your coffee, hang around, and you're not gonna actually get your run done. Set a time that you're gonna actually start running. So instead of I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m., it's I'm going to run at 7 o'clock. Thus, you're gonna get up at the right time. You're gonna stay focused on things like what you eat for your pre-run meal. You're gonna stay focused on eating the night before. Everything's just gonna stay a lot more focused if you stick to a schedule. Tip number 3, use this time to learn how to train right for your body, not for someone else's, not for a training group's. Obviously, this is the case if you have a training partner who's worlds better than you or worse than you, but even with training groups that are organized by ability, if it's, let's say it's between 22 and 24 minutes for a 5K, the problem with that is somebody could run 22:01. If you run 23:59, you're way off that. That's gonna be, that person, that 22:01 runner is gonna be able to run a lot faster than you. They're gonna handle the workouts a lot easier than you, and their easy paces are gonna be a lot faster. So this is an opportunity for you to really listen to your body, learn the paces that you need to run. One idea here is to take a workout. Let's say you're supposed to do 5 times a mile and you're gonna run them in, 7 or 8 minutes. Instead of doing that, take it and say, I'm gonna do 8 to 10 times 5 minutes, and don't even look at your pace. Don't use a GPS watch. Just time it 5 minutes at a time, and then take a minute or 2 rest, and just go at a good threshold effort. That way you really run your paces. There's no one around to dictate your pace. There's no GPS watch to dictate your pace. Run your paces, and then also learn when you need to take a rest day. Sometimes you just gotta take a rest. Sometimes you gotta take it easy. Learn how to do that. This is the perfect time. Tip number 4, reward yourself for hard work. Something that's missing when you don't have a training group or training partners is you all go out for a Track Tuesday workout. Everybody's doing a hard workout. What are you all doing after the workout? You're giving each other high fives, you're congratulating each other, saying great job. The coach or whoever's leading your program is telling everybody how great they did. That's gone. You're completely solo. Everything is on your own. So you need to learn how to reward yourself and also how to take confidence and pleasure from doing those workouts internally. One great way to do this is to give yourself something tasty, like a tasty reward. For me, that's a good cold beer. I enjoy having a nice cold beer after a hard run because it gives my body that nice positive feedback loop that I just did something good. Obviously, if you don't drink or you're underage, don't do that, but pick some other tasty beverage, pick some other tasty treat, something like that that's gonna feel like a reward to you. Another way to do this is to, if you have training logs from years ago, if you've been running for years, look at those compared to right now. Look at the workouts that you're doing. Learn how to take pleasure in knowing that you've improved. You're not gonna improve week to week, so don't look at last week's workout. Look at workouts from years ago and look at how far you've come. Learn to take that internally so that you are proud of what you're doing and you are able to reward yourself for working hard all from within. So important when you don't have the training groups and other people to train with. All right, last one, tip number 5. Don't let social media become the peer pressure that's now missing because you're training solo. What I mean by that is obviously when you're with a training group, or you have people that you run with, or you share your runs between them, that becomes almost a little bit of a peer pressure. That can be a good thing. In social media, Strava, stuff like that can be a good thing. It's not inherently bad. The problem is that when you're out there on a workout by yourself, instead of gauging off your teammates, off your training partners, whoever it is you're running with, now what's going to happen if you're like Strava addicted or posting your workouts to Facebook, you're going to be thinking, I need to run this a little bit harder because I want to get those kudos. I want to impress so-and-so. I want to run faster than so-and-so. I want to kick her ass, or whatever it is. That's a problem. We don't want to do that. Now that you're training solo, you want to utilize this opportunity to really listen to your own body. So don't let Strava, Facebook, don't let social media become that peer pressure. Don't run for that. Run for you. Run for yourself. Run for your soul. Run for whatever it is that makes you happy, rather than always relying on someone else. Use this opportunity to do that. So those are my 5 tips. If you use this time right, if you really utilize it, you can actually come out of this a much better runner than you were before, and someone who really takes that enjoyment personally, like within yourself, rather than relying on other people, relying on external motivators to keep you going. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Plenty more of this content coming your way.